for this lesson is 7.3. I can write equations in slope-intercept form. And remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, so m is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. So for the first two, they're gonna give you an equation. So let's say the equation is y equals 2x minus 3. We're going to say what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. The slope is the coefficient on the x, so in this case it's going to be 2. The y-intercept is the b. So we have a 3 right here, so now it's going to cross the y-axis at 3, but the equation is supposed to have a plus and I have a minus, so I know it's going to cross the y-axis at -3. So the x-coordinate is 0, the y-coordinate is -3. Let's say for our next one, the equation is y equals -1/2 x plus 6. The slope is the coefficient on the x again, so my slope is -1/2. And my y-intercept is the constant term at the end, so it's the +6. So I guess I should say it crosses the y-axis at 0, 6. Because I have a +6 right here, or a +6. We're going to go backwards on the next two examples. So I'm going to give you the slope and the y-intercept, and you're going to write the equation. So let's say we had a slope of -1 and a y-intercept of 4. We're going to write an equation. So I'm going to write y equals, then instead of an m, I'm going to put my slope. So I'll put -1 times x plus my y-intercept, which is 4. Then I can simplify this a little bit. I don't need the 1, so it would be more simplified to say y equals -x plus 4. Okay, for the next one, let's say the slope is 2/3, and I'm just making these up. I'm giving them to you so you can practice writing the equation. Let's say the y-intercept is -7. I'm going to have you guys write the equation and submit that as your answer for this video. So I'm not going to write the equation here. You're going to do that on your own and submit that as your answer for this video. The last problem is they gave us a graph and we're going to write the equation. So I have to find the slope and I have to find the y-intercept, and then I'm going to have to write the equation. So it's actually easier for me to find the y-intercept. I'm going to find that first. It crosses the y-axis at -2. So x is 0, y is -2. Then I'm going to find the slope. So I find other dots where it goes through the corner of the graph paper, or other lattice points. And then I'll find my change in y divided by change in x, so it goes up 2 over 1. So my slope is 2 over 1. So if I plug that in to my equation, it'd be y equals, instead of an m, I'm going to write 2. And so I don't have to write the over 1, times x, and then since I have a -2 here, I'm going to put -2. For the next one, it crosses the y-axis at +2, so I'll put that here. My slope, I can use any lattice points again. So if I use that one, it goes down 1 to the right one, so my slope is -1 over 1, or -1. That means my equation is y equals -1x plus 2, which can actually be simplified to y equals -x plus 2.